Alright, so I'm gonna do like a quick explanation of the refrigerator I use, why I use it. Um, you know, it's a portable refrigerator. It'll work on DC or AC. So if you're gonna be running a refrigerator in your car, you're gonna need some sort of power supply. Although I guess you could run it off the cigarette lighter if you want. I've never even tried that, so I can't say if that's good or bad, but I do know that you're gonna have to keep your car running if you want it to run on the cigarette lighter. So, you know, a lot of people talk about, oh, the cheap Chinese refrigerators, they're no good, this and that. Let me tell you something, dude. The expensive refrigerators, I can almost guarantee they're all made in China too. That's what annoys me. It's like, yeah, I don't mind spending money on good stuff, but if I'm gonna be buying something that's made in China anyway, then I'm gonna save money. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna spend money, then I want something that's made right here in America, you know? So they act like, oh, the cheap Chinese ones. Yeah, the expensive ones are Chinese too, dude. So anyway, let me show you the one I got. So now, you know, people complain with the cheap Chinese ones and then they go spend $700 on something that's made in China anyway. And so this one it's made by, you know, it's some ridiculous name like Joy Tuttis or something, Joy 22s or something. I'll link it in the description. I paid I think it was like $275, you know, close to $300 for it. But the other ones, like the Dometics and the Icecos and all the other, they were going for like three times the price of this one. And I mean, I'll link it in the description. I forget what the exact size is, but I can't imagine you're going to be wanting one much bigger than that, because first of all, how are you going to fit it in your car with all your other stuff? And like, second of all, I mean, how long are you going to be away from civilization? That's the main thing. If you're planning on living in the woods like Red Dawn, then yeah, I'd say get a big, huge refrigerator. But if you're going to be in and out of civilization like I am, then I don't see the point in getting one much bigger than this. Not to mention, I wouldn't want to try to fit anything bigger than this. I had a difficult enough time fitting this thing in. I had to cut my bed to make it fit, you know, like, it's, I mean, I had a hell of a time getting this thing to work with my system. So now the way I power it is, it's running off a DC, which is plugged into my power station right here. There's the DC. Right now it's pulling 37 watts. I'm fully charged. I just got out of I was working doing Uber all day, so my solar panel charged up my power station to 100%, so it's pulling 37. You know, that's another thing about these refrigerators, is like, it really depends on the climate you're in. I'm in Florida, so that thing's running, you know what I mean? So I mean, in Florida, like 8 months out of the year you're dealing with 80, 90, 100 degrees. So your refrigerator in a climate like this, it's going to be running. But I tell you honestly, this thing is not bothering me too much. There's times in the summer where it's really kind of cloudy and really hot, and the refrigerator will just keep running, and I can't get much sun. But worst come to worst, I just plug the power station into my truck, and it really hasn't been too much of an issue yet. And certain parts of the refrigerator on the inside get colder than others, so I keep the half and half where it gets coldest. I'll show you. So I keep the half and half right up there where it seems to get the coldest, in that corner there. The other stuff doesn't matter. Those old things are half and half. I just gotta throw them out. They're empty. I'm just kind of using them to take up space. The more stuff you have in your refrigerator, the less it's going to have to run, because all that stuff gets cold and all that stuff helps keep it cold. So I keep it right around, I think I got it at 41. Yeah, I keep it at 41 because you know, like I said, if I make it any colder than that, that half and half is gonna get icy where it's at. So 41 is fine for what I'm doing. I mean, you're gonna have to check it for yourself. You know what I mean? You gotta just check it out for yourself. I keep sitting here taking my nap, and I just realized I said I keep it at 41 degrees, but I actually keep it at 40 degrees. But you gotta check the fridge yourself and see what part's the coldest and all that. So I just wanted to I don't want to be leading people in the wrong direction and shit. I keep it at 40 degrees. So back to the video. I keep a blanket on top of it to try to keep the cold in, try to block, you know, keep some of the heat from seeping into it. Another thing that you really got to keep in mind if you're getting one of these is you need space for the compressor. If you got the compressor all, like, if you got a bunch of stuff all packed up near it, it's gonna just get hot and it's going to be heating up the refrigerator, and the whole thing is just going to be working way harder than it needs to work, and it's not going to last as long. So, you know, people, so the main thing is you got to leave some room for air to flow here. Like, you know, my compressor, it's a little warm right now, but if I had everything covered up over here, this thing would be hot, and this hot thing would be heating up the refrigerator, causing it to run more. And it's just, you really got to leave room for air over there by the compressor. So, you know, these people, they talk all this shit about the Chinese ones, but truthfully, as long as you leave the compressor plenty of room to get some air, and you know, it should run for a while. I've had this thing for probably about 6 months. I've got absolutely no complaints. I'm really glad I didn't blow $600-700 on one of them things. I'm really glad I didn't do that for something that's going to be made in China anyway. I mean, you know, look them up. Look up where it's made. If you know, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if you're going to be buying something that's made in China anyway, you may as well save money, you know? Like, I'm against these companies all, like, shipping all our jobs over to the other side of the world, and then they got the nerve to charge us like premium prices. Like, nah, I don't support that shit, bro. Like, unless they're making some sort of super duper amazing product that is like head and shoulders above the rest, then I'll consider it. But nah, I'm not with that, bro. Like, I ain't with that shit, man. So I don't know, I guess that's it. If you got any questions about the fridge, then just ask me. Later.